Hey everyone, this is Tingo welcoming you to yet another Sudoku Saturday. Today we're going over the 5th puzzle I have ever set, called Roman Crossword. Let's jump right into the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply, so 1 through 9 in every 3x3 box, every row, and every column. Green lines are German whispers lines. Adjacent digits must have a difference of 5 or more. So this could be a 9, and that could be a 2. That would be valid. This could not be, say, a 6 and have that be a 2 because that would not be a difference of 5. Cells separated by X sum to 10. Not all X's are given. Cells separated by V sum to 5. Not all V's are given. And that's the rules. So this was the first one of these puzzles that I set where I actually explore this rule set where combining German whispers and Roman sums, and quite frankly, they play very well together because the thing about German whispers lines is because there must be a difference of 5 or more between adjacent digits, there is only one digit that never shows up, and that would be a 5. So you either have this set of digits that are lower than 5 or a set of digits that are above 5. And Roman sums kind of do the same thing. With the V, everything is below 5. With the X, you can never have a 5-5 pair because that would violate the rules of Sudoku. So basically, you have a low and a high digit. And so these kinds of rules actually play in really well with each other. There's a lot of fun that you can have with that. So let's get going. As you saw with my last puzzle, I really love to do color coding. I use blue for low digits. I use green for high digits. And so hopefully, let's get that figured out here. And let's get going. So, the first question to ask is, are there any give me digits in this puzzle? And the answer is actually yes. It starts with the R. So as I stated before, a 5 can never be on a German whispers line. And since there are 8 cells in this box on the German whispers line, the only one not on it would be a 5. So there we have a 5. That means none of these can be 5, so there's a pointing 5 here. So that can't be 5. None of the green line cells can have a 5, so there's a 5 here. So that puts 5s here. Let's see, we've got colors in here, so that means none of those can be 5s. We've got colors in here, so that means none of those can be 5s. So these two are 5s. We've now got a pair in, would be columns 7 and 8. So no matter what, there is no 5 here because it's either here or here, and it's either here or here. So those are not 5. That means this is a 5. Pointing 5 up here. Let's see. Is there any other 5s that we know about? There's some there. This is probably getting to the point where marking it is not worth it, but we'll mark them anyway. Okay. So that's the gimme digits. Now let's discuss the nature of German whispers. So the digits on a German whispers line, they must have a difference of 5 or more. This means there are 2 digits that are incredibly difficult to place along a German whispers line. And that's because of the set of digits that we have to choose from. Those digits are 4 and 6. That's because a 4 can only be adjacent to a 9. And a 6 can only be adjacent to a 1. So that means you couldn't, for example, put a 4 here because these would both have to be 9. And similarly, you couldn't put a 6 here because both of those would have to be 1. So actually on the R, what we do know is that these 2 end cap digits, they only have 1 digit they can be next to. So this is actually a 6-4 pair. Now, because of that, and the same true statement is that they only have 1 digit they can be next to, those 1 digit right here in a pair as well. This is a 1-9 pair. So now let's talk about the 3s, 7s, 2s, and 8s. So basically, as you go along a German Whispers line, you alternate polarity. So you see I've already got that kind of marked out with color. You've got low, high, low, high, low. That's going to happen here as well. We just don't know what the polarity is yet. But what we also don't know is which digits come next because of that. But we do know that there are 2 pairs left that sum to 10. And those pairs that sum to 10 are 3 and 7 and 2 and 8. And basically, if you notice these digits here on the extremes of the German Whisper in this box, it's specific to something that's either a long row, column, or box German Whispers. The digits on the extremes, as they get closer, they sum to 10. It's just a strange happening that goes along with that. So what that means is the next set of digits that cannot be next to each other of the 2 sums of 10 are actually 3 and 7. 3 and 7 have a difference of only 4, so they can't be next to each other on the line. 2 and 8 can. And so this is how we know what pairs go where. We still don't know which order, but we do know what pairs. Taking that piece of information, we've actually learned, because this points here, what configuration that V is. There is a 4 in one of these 2 cells. Doesn't matter which one. We don't know which one. But it doesn't actually matter for these, because if there's a 4 here, there can't be a 4 in any of those cells. Which means this sum to 5 is a 2-3 pair. Again, similar concept. There is a 2 or a 3 here. This now has to be a 1-4 pair. Seeing as this is the last low digit, this is a 2-3. So we're kind of starting to get somewhere. This actually has a very interesting solution. We actually know what this digit is now. So since we have a German Whispers line that can touch 3 high digits, we have a German Whispers cell, that touches 3 high digits. There's only 2 options that can touch 3 high digits. A 2 could touch a 7, 8, and 9. A 1 can touch a 6, 7, 8, or 9. We know that the 2 is already here, so there's only one possibility here. It's a 1. So we've now got the possibility of 6, 7, 8, or 9. But wait, we actually know this. This points, there's an 8 pair here, so neither of those can be 8. So that's about as far as we can go with the easy stuff. Let's start diving in further. Using the similar techniques of what can and can't be in the middle. A 4, again, can't be between 2 digits in the same box on a German Whispers, so this is now a 1, 2, or 3. There's a 1 there. There we go. So this is a 1-4 pair, and you've got the pointing 1 already. So here we go. 4, 1. This is now a sum, so there's 9. This is a 7, 8 because of the X sum. This cannot be a 6, so the 6s are with the 5s. And this is the leftovers of the 7, 8, and 9. Now, we've got a 9 here and a 9 somewhere in here, so that puts the 9 up here. So we'll just mark that out for now. Next step, where can we go from here? Here's something. This can't be a 6 because it has 2 digits that it would be next to. The lowest it could possibly be is a 7 because that could possibly be a 2, so that can be reduced. There's a 9 pair here pointing at that. We can reduce the 9 out of there as well. So that's helpful. Here's another point. We actually know the orientation of this. So this is going to have, these 2 cells are the same color. So we'll just use some dummy colors to show that. This is the polarity. And we actually know which color gray becomes. Gray becomes green. Gray is the high digits. And why is that? So we've got a 2-3 pair here. We've got a 4 here. There's only one low polarity digit left. That's a 1 for this row. And we can't have a 1 in both positions. So there we go. We know that this is actually green. We know that is actually blue. All right. So, here's another point. We have 6s here, and we know a 6 must be next to a 1 on a German Whispers line, and we have a 1 pair pointing at these 2 cells, which means the 6 for this because of this here, because there's no way it can be here because of the ones, as well as I guess there's a pointing 6 here I didn't pay attention to. And we know the polarity of these digits are low. This is the 6. We've got that wheedled down. This actually helps us on this whispers line here as well. So let's just do again neutral colors to underscore the polarity. This cell here is going to be whatever of these 3 cells only has one adjacent neighbor. So it's either a 4 or a 6. And since we have a pointing 6, this is a 4. We now know this is a 1, 2, or 3. This actually sets some of this up too. But we now know this is a 1, 2, 3. So we've got gray in this box is actually blue, and pink is actually green. And so the 9s go here, the 6s go here, and the 7s and 8s can go in any of those as we speak. Okay, so we're starting to see something here. This is now green, which is helpful. Ah, yeah. 4 can't go here, here, or here, here. So now we got a 4-5 pair up here. So that's good notation to have. Can't be a 1. Can't be a 4, so this is a 2-3 pair. We obviously now know this is a 7, 8, or 9. This is not a 9 because of down here. This is not an 8 because of that pair up there. And so, we now have another interesting situation with R. So I called this Roman crossword because there's an R, an A, a T. So I've got rat, RNA, and rat, and 2 ands. So those are where the crosswords. It was just sort of a theme idea for the name. Let's get back to what we discovered here. We have a virtual triple here, a 7-9, a 6-7-9, and a 6-7-9. That means there's only one high digit left that can go anywhere in here. The 7 is actually counted out as well, so those are 2 ways of looking at this. We now know what order this goes. So this will be an 8, this is a 2, this is a 7, this is going to be a 1, this is going to be a 6. We have all of this oriented, and that's going to really help. That's going to reflect into other locations, and we have a 3 in the corner. So that's kind of neat as well. Good deal. All right. This is a green cell because there needs to be 4 in the row, and there's already 4 in this box. So this is a green cell, and that's going to be a 7 or a 9 because the 6 is up here. That makes this a 1, so there's no 1 there. All right, and let's see. Yeah, so that's interesting. And we also now, because of this color, all 4 of the blues are here, so these 2 must be green. We now know that orientation, and we can scrub that 9 out of this notation here, so that's garbage. The 9 is on the whispers line, so that's good to know. Alright, so this here could be an 8, 9. This could be a 7, 8. Can't be a 6 again because 1s would have to be on both sides of the line. And that's not working for many reasons. Let's see here. 1 can't go here, here, or here, here, or here. So there's a 1 on the end, somewhere in here. There is no 4 here, here, or here, here, or here. So a 4 is somewhere in here. And this one is possible if that's a 9. So we know that. Let's see. What else do we have? 6s. 6s are pretty much anywhere right now. But we do know the color of this, the orientation. This is a high digit, and that's because we've got 4 blue digits, and we know the 5 is only over here. So there's no chance that this is anything but a high digit. So this is a 5 and a high pair. So we'll just mark that down. That's going to be a 6, 7, or a 9 because of the 8 here. Let's see, this can't be a 4 or a 1 because of this. This is a 2, 3. This can't be, there's a 3, 4 here, so that can't be more than a 1 or a 2. So we have some of that figured out. That looks good. Alright, is there anything else we can see quickly. Yes, there is, over here. We've got 4 blue digits. Now we have 2 possibilities of 5, so we can't mark colors on those, but these can't be a 5 and they can't be blue. So those are from the 6, 7, and 9 set. So that's good. Similarly over here we've got another one. This is another green digit. And so that's going to be pretty much anything. It can be a 6, 7, 8, or 9. Aha! But that gives us a blue digit here. So this is kind of what I'm talking about with the way these whispers and the Roman sums play together very well. You can actually figure out the parity. And so here's another one where this is going to be the parity. So we've got blue, 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 and we've got green, 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 green. So that's very nice. This is a 2, 3. So we've got some information over here. We're not 100% done, but you can start filling out the lines and use those restrictions to your advantage. Here's another one. This is a blue digit, and the only one left that's not spoken for in either the row or the box is the 4. How do we got for 4s? Okay, we're not done with them yet, but we're getting there. Good. All right, we've got a 6, 7, 9, 6, 7, 9. There's a possibility of a 6 here. This is going to be a 5 or high. We talked about that. So this is a 5 or a high. Now, I don't have the color marked, but that does leave me with a specific color here. There's only 3 blue so far, and if this is a 5 or a high, we've got the 5 and the 4 green digits. There's a blue. This is a 2, 3, which leaves us a 2, 3 pair. So that means if we're going to have one of these is going to be a high digit. That would be an 8 or a 9 if it was that. That would be a 6, 7, or 8 if it was that. Doesn't look like we have that figured out yet. What can go here? Let's just write it down just so I've got it. That's a possible 2, 3. Okay. Here's a point. I made this mistake earlier. That's not a 6. This could be the 6. Yeah, there we go. The 6 could never have been on that spot, so that was silly. And we know a 1 goes here. Okay. Got the 9s. What else do we have? Is there something else I can look at? Yes, this one. There's 3 digits long and only 1 blue available. The only way that works is if this is a blue. So those 2 would have to be blue. These 2 would have to be green. And that actually speaks for all the color in the column. And here we go. That 9 can't go here because this is a low digit, so there's the 9. Take that out. This is now not a 9. Very good. This is now a 6 or 7. Which would make this have to be a 1 or a 2. There's a 1 there, so this has to be the 2, which makes this have to be the 7. Now we're going to start getting digits. There we go. Good. 3 locks the 8 in here. That's going to put a 9 here. Here's a 6. There's a 7 on this side, so this is a 5. This is going to help it. The puzzle's really going to start to fall apart here. We'll just follow our pencil marks all the way around and see what we can do. 6 is there. What have I missed? A 7 is over in here somewhere. So we now have the digit. That takes the 7s out of there. 6, 9 pair. Here's an 8. This is now a 7. 3, 9, 8, 2. The 5s are gone from here. 1, 2. This is not a 3. There we go. So there's a 4. This is a 1. This is now a 7 because of that, which makes this have to be a 2 and this have to be a 1 due to the polarity issue. This is now the 6 because the 6 must be next to the 1. That's now a 9. This is a 6. And this is going to fall apart pretty quickly at this point. So we're going to get this knocked out. And I haven't spoken to this yet, but I'm using the tool. It's Sven's Sudoku pad. Sven is a gentleman who has built this tool that we play in, and he's done a fantastic job of it. And it's really quite wonderful that we get to play with these because it's got all sorts of cool little tricks. And one of the things that I really love about it is the fact that it's got the conflict checker. you can turn a conflict checker on in the settings. And that's why you'll see my digits turn red when they're no longer allowed. So I highly encourage that. If I don't turn it on, the conflict checker, I tend to miss them, and that's when I start messing up my own puzzles. I'm not really that good at pencil marks in a regular Sudoku, and so I do appreciate the conflict checker there. And if you give this a click up here, you should be able to see Sven's Sudoku pad downloaded on Steam. So there you go. Let's pop back to the puzzle. Alright, 8 goes here. Here's a 3. The last digit is going to be a 6. We've got both of those are going to be green. This is blue. And like I said, this is going to fall apart really quickly. So let's finish that off. Here's a 3, 5, 8, and 2. This is the 2, this is the 5, this is the 8. This is now a 4, so that's what I mean. The conflict, as soon as the 5 went in here, it turns the digit that's no longer allowed red. Love that conflict checker. Makes solving puzzles very, very easy. And that would be how you properly solve Roman crossword. So, hope you enjoy this. As always, I will put a link to the puzzle in the description of the video so you can play it yourself. As always, thanks for watching and have a great day.